A very fine good afternoon, good evening, and good morning to everybody. Welcome back to Mythgard in Middle-earth. My name is Corey Olsen, the Tolkien Professor, joined as always by my friend Gryfflet, who's been very patiently sitting in this, frankly, slightly dreary mead hall with certainly not very good company. I mean, no offense to, like, the master woodworker, expert woodworker, and tailor and jeweler, among whom he's been sitting over here. But I mean, they've been fine, but it's just a little tense around here, you know, in Eaworth, and he's frankly looking forward to getting out on the road and maybe knocking some orc heads together today. He's feeling a little feisty, and I'm feeling especially happy to be back with you guys today. I was away in Texas last week for TexMoot, which was great fun. I was in Houston at the time of my stream last week. I was in Houston and I was having a fun meeting with someone about Signum's new corporate program, and then I was off and giving a talk about The Hobbit on the Houston Baptist University campus, and then having a fun get together in a nice British pub with some folks downtown. So it was a great time. TexMoot was wonderful. Really looking forward. I've got SoCal Moot next week. We're in the middle of our regional Moot season. So Signum University does our sort of regional gatherings of folks. There's small, intimate get-togethers where we can get a lot of time to discuss among ourselves and hang out, as well as hear talks and have really fascinating discussions. It's a really, really neat sort of mini conference experience, and I have absolutely loved our regional moots, every one that we've done. So yeah, no, everything was very good, and no, I did not have a problem. In fact, in Houston, Ethelot, it was good. Everything was good. In fact, Ethelot, I had a surprising lack of problems in Houston. So yeah, no, everything was good. Anyway, yeah, and I am feeling a little bit. I did come back with a cold, or rather, I finally, upon returning, came down with a cold, with which I had doubtless been infected before I left by my children. So I am feeling a little bit better now, and that's been excellent. And also, as you can see, Gryfflet got this awesome Rohan armor set, right? Which I think looks pretty fine. I especially love the horsey belt buckle, and I now have a cool horse head helmet, just like Amir's, or kind of like Amir's. I think that's pretty cool. So yeah, I thought Gryfflet would try out his fairly awesome new Rohan armor here. Kind of sweet. Anyway, okay. I know this is probably not, like, novel to any of you, but I thought it was pretty cool. Anyway, like I said, this is my only chance to do my Gryfflet stream. So I wasn't able to do it last week because of Houston. I'm not going to be able to do it next week because I'm going to be in LA for SoCal Moot. And then the week after that, I'm going to be away again, or still, actually, because my family is coming. I'm meeting my family out in California, and we're going to have a family vacation out there after SoCal Moot. So I won't be here the next week either. So this is my last Gryfflet stream until the first Friday of March, and then I'll be missing the next week after that too. I'm just traveling all over the place these next couple months. So anyway, I've been really looking forward to getting back in here with Gryfflet. I've not been looking forward to wending my tortuous way across this particular mead hall too many more times. As I recall, I was just about to weigh in and offer my expert opinion between the opinion of Goda, the mother of Ingbert, who is advising to follow the instructions of Wormtongue, Theoden, and Ingmar, who is saying, you know, I think as Reeves, you do have the right to defend your territory from invading orcs. I think I'm going with Ingmar on this one. You know, I think I'm going with Ingmar. Yeah, I support Ingmar.
I need you to do this.
You yearn to ride forth with your son against these orcs who dare intrude upon the lands of the House of Leotharn. Ooh, it's the House of Leotharn? That's kind of cool. Yet I know that in my age that my desire, like Ingmar's, is driven more by a lust for glory than for the care of my people. Really? Really? Like, it wouldn't be caring for your people to defeat the invaders? See, and I have to admit, this, of course, was bad enough, you know, in, what's it called? Cliving, yeah. It's bad enough in Cliving, right? But even here, too, I would have to think that there would be a deeper ingrained cultural antipathy to just forting up for the Rohirrim. I mean, think of Theoden's line in The Return of the King, right? What he says to, remember the Gondorian dude who comes bearing the gold arrow, the red arrow, right? And he says, like, you know that we are rather a people who fight in the open upon horseback, right? Yeah, like, that's what they do. They are people who fight in the open upon horseback. They're gonna be very reluctant to, because once they're locked inside walls, the entire advantage of their cavalry is gone. Like, you can't use your cavalry inside the town, not with any real effectiveness, right? So a force of, I mean, often, of course, it's sound sense, right, to say, let's, like, get in behind the walls and hope we can beat them off. But really, that is forfeiting the primary strength of the Rohirrim. So, come on, man. Let's think this through a little bit more. And okay, I am torn, for I do see reason behind Ingmar's argument, but is it greater than my mother's? Yes. The lives that would be saved by following my mother's advice would be great. Maybe. But would it resolve the issue of orcs marauding in the Antwash Vale? Obviously not. No, hiding is not going to resolve the issue. That I can promise you. Speak with Ingmar and learn the full reason behind his plan, then return to me, and I will make my decision. Okay. See, now it's hard. Like, I don't want to be unfair, right? Because Gryfflet, through me, is armed with like an unfair advantage, right? Of inside information, right? It's kind of insider training for me to be like, oh, it's okay, don't worry about it. You don't have to obey Theoden in this case, because it's not really Theoden, it's Wormtongue, so you're fine, right? And of course, neither Goda nor Ingbert would have any way of knowing that, obviously, so that's, as I say, not quite fair. But again, I think even just from a tactical standpoint, it's clear that Ingmar's in the right here.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
Bah! We stand here and debate the wisdom of attacking the orcs as if driving away invaders in the Antwash Vale could possibly be the motive behind King Theoden's edict. Yeah, you're right. The edict does not further the end of driving away invaders in the Antwash Vale. There is rumor that Saruman the White, ever friend and ally of the Rohirrim, has subjected a tribe of orcs beneath his hand. Surely these are the orcs which the king protects, yet the invaders are from the Misty Mountains. What glory is there in holding up behind these walls, waiting for the orcs to burn them down around us and kill every man, woman, and child within? It is cowardice. Well, folly at least, Ingmar. Understand, my grandmother is indeed a wise woman, but she is also stubborn. She does not comprehend the opportunity that we have. The orcs have not yet mustered enough strength to lay siege to Eaworth. If we strike now, we can cripple their efforts and drive the mongrels forth from the Antwash Vale. There is no safety within these walls of wood. Fire burns wood. Hey, glad someone else noticed that. And the orcs are master wielders of fire. Will you support my position with my father? Perhaps you may bring him courage and wisdom. Fantastic. Love your thinking. Now, that, of course, did you notice a really interesting piece of information there, right? Wormtongue seems to be playing an advanced and risky final step of the game, right? He's playing the, like, pay no attention to the orcs in Rohan game, right? So there are some orcs who are, like, our allies. Like, trust me, they're totally our allies. Like, so you should really not attack those, right? Just because you see orcs, you know, in the Antwash Vale, you shouldn't, like, jump to the assumption that, like, they're enemies and you should slaughter them or something, right? So, yeah, oh, no. And that's interesting, you know, and so it makes it like vaguely plausible, the idea that like not fighting against orcs. But again, when they're like pillaging and slaughtering folks, you know, this becomes a sort of a no-brainer, I think. Okay. Yes, Ingmar's reasoning is greater than Goda's. Come on, man. Totally support Ingmar.
You did very well.
You take a moment to convey your support of Ingmar's plan, igniting the passion for glory within Ingbert's heart. I will not remain held up within these walls like a coward. Hey, you could also try not treating your son like a jerk. That would really, you know, kind of bring put the crowning achievement on everything, wouldn't it? Okay. It is true that we have the opportunity to scatter these orcs like chaff on the wind. Yeah, let's do that. But only if we attack first. Awesome. Strong work, Ingbert. Let's do it.
Thank you.
I'm even
for your help.
dressed for scattering things like chaff before the wind. I've totally come to... Okay. Ingbert listens patiently while you impart your counsel. Excellent. Yeah, I'm imparting counsel. Indeed, I believe you are correct. It is disheartening to be forced to choose whom loyalty shall... to choose to whom loyalty shall be granted, but I must agree with your counsel. It's not a question of loyalty. I mean, being disloyal to Golda. You're just, you know, I mean, you got to make a call, man.
I need your help.
Sane and democracy. I have given my son charge of preparing for the assault on the orcs, though I will still not give him leave to lead the assault himself. Well, that's going to sting. If you desire to aid us, speak with Ingmar and do whatever he bids you. Maybe I can lead it. Hey, I'd be happy to. It's a little unlikely that the lords of the Rohirrim would be like, this visiting halfling, let's let him lead the attack. But hey, I'm willing over here. Am I not even going to listen to Goda? Heck no. I'm listening to Goda.
The Rohirrim have need of your services.
Okay. Actually, she didn't have a quest ring. I was like, oh, I see. I should have taken both quests and then oh well, whatever. Sorry if I did that wrong. Didn't listen to Goda. But nope. Nope, my mind is made up. Gryfflet is super decisive about this. Okay. I thank you for your efforts on my behalf. Hey, no problem. No, the garnering of glory is not your main intent. I get it, man. No, you see the picture. Did you put in a word for your brother? The defense of my people is at the heart of my plan. Absolutely. Before we can assault the orcs at Maustage. I love how their camp already has a name, which is like accepted and recognized by the Rohirrim. Okay, before we can assault the orcs at Maustage, however, we must know their true strength. For this purpose, I would have you ride a patrol through the Vale. Let me mark your points upon your map. All right. Now, scouting. That I can do. Not my very favorite thing to do, but that I can do. All right, look at all these things. What happened here? Oh, did my reputation go up? I bet it did, with all those wonderful reputation boosters that you guys so generously provided to me. Yes, I'm friend of the Antwash Vale now. Hooray! Okay. Yeah, got that. Next up, ally. Okay. All right, and what leveled up? Oh yeah, that new random legendary I got last time. Okay, awesome. All right, I will scout. I have to do these. I have to do these serially. I've got to espy the Vale before I can blind the enemy, sow mayhem, and do something about evidence of evil, huh? Fine, I will return to this awkwardly designed mead hall numerous times today, apparently. Okay, let's see. Sorry, as I'm going to go and scout, let me just hang on. I gotta make sure my Zalarod, let me see if I can answer your question while I go. So I saw your question pop up here. I just listened to the Silmarillion. Great. Oh yeah, the what's his name? Martin Shaw? Yeah, Martin Shaw recording? I assume it's the only unabridged recording that's out there. Got a little confused about who gave Rohan to the Rohirrim. For some reason, I always thought it was the Númenóreans. Oh yeah, no. Stewards of Gondor. Absolutely, yeah. That's right. So it was quite late. It was quite late in the game. It was not only after Gondor had been fully established, but it was after the king was dead. And more, I was going to say more importantly, but that's not quite true. But anyway, furthermore, it was, you will recall, we know it was after Gondor had started to decline, because we know it was after Gondor had started to decline, because the Calanarthen was already like but sparsely peopled, right? We're told. So, and we've talked about this before. We talked about this a good deal when we were in Dunland. Sort of thinking about the question. Oh, hang on, what's going on here? Oh, good. They're going to pop up as we go, so I don't have to go back every time. Very good. I should defeat a few scouts. Great. Defeat mounted enemies. 8 mounted enemies as I go. Okay, fine. Anyway, what was I saying? I was talking about... Holy cow. Numenor, decline, Dunland. Okay, so based on the accounts that Tolkien gives, it certainly seems that the Rohirrim being granted Calanarthen was not them being, given a land that was already fully occupied by the Dunlendings, and the Dunlendings were just like displaced in favor of and the Dunlendings were merely displaced in favor of the Rohirrim, so that the Rohirrim booted out all of the Dunlendings, who then went off into exile. That does not really seem to be the case. That's clearly how they remember it, culturally speaking. But again, I don't think that the evidence in the text really supports that. So. Anyway, Calanarthen was where, many Gondorians lived, but not so many anymore. And we see evidence of that, like we have already seen evidence of that when we've been traveling around. Think of the ruins, right? We've seen Gondorian ruins in Rohan so far, but not so very many Gondorian ruins in Rohan, and that tracks with what we are told of them there. Anyway, this is only tangentially related to your question, though. Well, no, not exactly. You were asking about the timing of that, and that is definitely the timing. And again, so just one way to help to kind of remember that is that it correlates with the with Fall of Rohan. All right, we're defeating some. There we go. That's nice. Uh-oh. Did I accidentally hit that? So I accidentally hit the targeting button, which I hate more than anything in combat. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Marielle, I agree. So Marielle says, that's how the people of Gondor and Rohan saw it. I like the idea that the Dunlendings were a nomadic people who still saw the land as theirs, even though they weren't in constant occupation of it. Yeah, I mean, or even, I am not in any way, opposed to the idea. Whoa. Oh, hey. Sorry, I should probably pay attention to the morale level of my steed, arguably. But then again, when these slacking riders just, give me so much time to resummon my horse, why should I? Anyway, Yeah, so Mario, I can agree with that. I mean, I can also imagine that the Dunlendings would have had like a I don't know, a sort of like a belief in their right to the land, or even perhaps, as you suggest, something like their access to the land, and then the Rohirrim come and settle there, and now like they so they believe that they've been robbed of what they have. But again, what I don't see any real evidence for in the text, or any reason to think that Tolkien would support the idea, is like of like a Dunlending trail of tears. That's what I don't see, because I really do not think that Tolkien would like brush off such a thing, Anyway, okay. All right. So yeah, keep in mind, timing-wise, remember what Legolas emphasizes when when he and Aragorn and Gimli and Gandalf are approaching Meduseld, is that the Rohirrim have only been around for a really short time. It's only been 500 years. And to the Rohirrim, that seems like a very long time. Boy, where even am I? I've wandered far. Man, you can see Minas Tirith from a long ways away. Okay. I should move back in this direction. Yeah, so it's been 500 years, and to any human, a group of peoples, that seems like a long time. I mean, think about 500 years in our context, right? In like an American or European context. I mean, America is... Seriously? Did you just take out my horse? That was so rude. You better... I'm going to call it Carry-On back, and you're going to apologize to him. That's what's about to happen. Yeah, so I mean, like I said, I mean, obviously, like, America's only been around for 200 years and change, right? So if you go back, think how different things were in, North America 500 years ago, right? Think, so 500 years ago, we're talking, like, the time that Rohan has been around is like the time since the first European explorers arrived in North America, essentially, right? To now. So, by any human standards... Oh, man, it's cliving. Ooh, shudder. By any human standards, that's long. I mean, and think back to, European history. We're talking about what, the Spanish Armada was less than 500 years ago, right? Yeah, exactly, Mario. We just celebrated the 500th anniversary of Martin Luther's 95 Theses. There you go. Yeah, that's an excellent recent landmark. So it's a long time, but in this space, but not in Middle-earth history, not in Gondor history, right? The transition from the ancient Númenórean kingdoms to the kingdom of Gondor, which waxed and waned, to the stewardship of Gondor. That's 3,000 years, right? So Rohan is a mere blip in that, and yet that blip, again, is pretty long in the context of any history that we generally think about. Yeah. definitely long enough to form a connection with the land Ethelwald. Definitely. Definitely. All right, here we go. We've got our other two now. While burning the tents of the orcs at Melstack. Okay. Should I burn their tents? Are you suggesting? Okay, the opportunity has arisen to seek the cause of the orcs' invasion. Okay, I agree. Why not find out why they're coming here other than just to slaughter people? I should search boxes. Okay. Happy to do that. And, oh, I should burn their tents. Hey, what an idea. I never would have thought of that. Okay, I'll burn tents. I'll burn tents and search boxes. And, so burn tents, search boxes, and that's it. Oh, and patrol. Let me do my patrol. Where's the, okay, I'm almost there to my first, scouting point here. Hang on a second. Okay, right, there we go. I wanted to get the quest, my quest arrow to be pointing in the right direction. Okay, where is it? I hate these things. Okay, hooray, there it is. I hate the patrolling ones because, like, you just have to go like over the exact correct piece of turf, and that always is a little bit challenging. Okay, am I going the right way? I'm just gonna like steer on the map because I'm stealthy. I'm wearing a hat. They can't see me. Sorry, I know that some of you get a little twitchy when I just ride right past dying ingredients. I know. Sorry. I do like to collect crafting stuff. I enjoy crafting. Also, I kind of compulsively can't throw it away. Ooh, hey, it's a warband. Let's go! Come on, Black Uruk of Mordor. We gotta kill his ads first. Yeah. Yeah, bring it. Hey, look, I remember to protect my steed. Oops. Well, that didn't do so much good. All right. Well, that's all right. I could hear them shooting at me. As soon as I could hear that they had missile weapons, I was like, yeah, it's okay. I hate going solo after warbands who have missile weapons. Yeah, exactly. No problem, Phil. I saw there were only two of them. Thought I would take a chance. No big deal. Where was I? Headed over there. Oh, you're trying to find the scouting point. Let's see. What are we going for? Alright, let's I'm gonna remove that one so I don't get my quest arrows don't get distracted by the proximity of that warband. Okay, and sorry, where was I going? Oh yeah, over that way. Am I stealthed? Yes, I am. Am I wearing my hat? Hi, look, I'm wearing a hat. See, it worked. Fools them every time. Okay. There we go. Excellent. So, what am I accomplishing on this scouting mission? Yep, sure is an enormous fortified camp of orcs here. I've looked at it from several different angles, and I can tell you that there is 100%. There is absolutely a fortified camp of your enemies on the hill overlooking your city at a stronger defensive position than your city is in fact built on. I can definitely tell you that. Now, would you please set as quest guide focus? Thought we'd agreed on this. Okay, and right, yeah. Steer a little bit to the starboard there. Oh, to the port. Apologies. All right. Ooh, likely a bot. Okay. Oh, that's the final point, huh? Okay, I can go back and report my shocking findings. Okay. All right, likely bot. Hang on. Gryfflet. Hold up there. Whoa, carry on. I have to read likely about's question. Okay, I would like some help developing a decent rationalization. I'm rereading Fellowship, and there's Aragorn in Bree saying how he overheard Bombadil and the hobbits talking and snuck after them. I can't help wondering if he had a recent blow to the head or something. Why didn't Aragorn pop up on the road there and say, "Hey, Tom, who are your friends?" What is a good reason for him not to make himself known on the road instead of talking to them in town? Okay, great. Thank you for that question, likely about. We spent a lot of time in exploring the world. Sorry. Here's a sentence that kind of doesn't actually need to be uttered. We spent a long time talking about this and exploring the Lord of the Rings. Yeah. So, and one of the things that was one of the elements when we were discussing the Strider chapter in the Fellowship of the Ring. One of the things that really jumped out at me after our discussion. Is there a gate there? Yes, there is. One of the things that really jumped out to me after our discussion was Aragorn's point of view there. We can see him continuing to be cautious. Now, we spent less than 16 weeks talking about this issue. In fact, I think we only spent maybe 12 weeks on the entirety of the Strider chapter. It was a little bit shocking. You guys saw me? Oh, Gryfflet, you are slipping today. Maybe your new armor isn't all that stealthy. Right? Is that possible? Maybe that's the problem here. Okay. All right. Anyway, so Strider. Yeah. So he talks about not knowing exactly like whom to trust, right? And what's going on with these hobbits. He's never met Frodo. Gandalf has told him, though he hasn't spoken to Gandalf recently, right? That is, he missed Gandalf when Gandalf was like last through town. All right, so what am I doing? I'm searching boxes and burning tents. Let's start with the looting. And then the burning. One of the things that really struck us in our discussion of the Strider chapter is especially after the sort of the Frodo's performance in the inn at Bree. The Strider has all kinds of reasons to doubt the hobbits, right? Like, who are they? What are they? What's their plan? What's their angle in all this? Like, are they even legit? Like, Frodo in particular, was Frodo like trying to be seen? Like, if he had been trying to reveal the ring, if he'd been trying to reveal the, it's just like, just at the least they're incompetent, right? Anyway, but likely about your question was for earlier on. Why didn't he pop out and ask Tom Bombadil? First of all, how well does Aragorn know Tom Bombadil? Right? He's obviously, he can identify him by sight, right? This is not, he's not like shocked and he's like, I saw you speaking with some like string. All right, would you please? I'm just trying to peaceably burn your tents. Would you? Can't you just leave me alone to pillage your camp in peace? Yeah, Bombadil is fairly distinctive, right? Oh, yes, the guy who always sings about the color of his clothing, right? I remember him. Or at least I've heard of him before, and that must be him. I mean, look at those boots and that jacket, right? Who else could that be? All right. Defile around an archer. Can I get far enough away to not trigger them? Yes. Nice. Nothing of interest. Okay, so let's put ourselves into Aragorn's shoes, right? What does he know, and what does he suspect? What does he see? What does he know? And what does he have cause to suspect? Those are the questions, right? Okay. What does he see? Firstly, he sees 4 hobbits talking to Tom Bombadil. That itself would be interesting, but nothing like, oh, this must be the ring bearer that Gandalf told me of, right? There's very little reason for him to think that. Remember, he's not been given specific instructions. If anything, by the way, I imagine that Gandalf might even have told him that, the ring bearer would be traveling alone. A party of 4 is unlikely, it seems to me, to be what Aragorn would have been expecting in, the ring bearer that Gandalf, told him about. All right, that's all the tents I need. Do I have all the boxes? Oh, I did find orc orders. I wasn't paying attention to the text. Okay, great. Hey, I've completed all the quests. I'm not supposed to, kill their boss or anything? Let me go up there just in case, just to see if it will trigger the quest. Can I get up into the center ring? Not yet? Hologram? Okay, so it won't, just making sure that I won't get an environmental trigger here. Hey there, nice tent you got here, dude. Oh, there is no dude in here. You guys aren't dudes. Where's the boss? Is there a dude with a name? Excuse me, nobody has names? Oh, okay. Well, guess I'm not supposed to kill you then. I shall let you live for now. Uh-oh, how do I get out? Over there. Okay, yeah, I'll probably be sent back, I imagine so. Just wanted to check and make sure I wasn't making an unnecessary trip. Hey there, guards. Don't be attentive. Thank you very much. Okay. All right. Great. Back to Eaworth then. Okay, so you see a party of 4 hobbits. That in itself, I would think there's quite a possibility that would seem to be counter evidence that they are the ones that you were looking for. Now, they mention the name of Baggins, but they mention the name of Baggins in the in the context of secrecy, right? He overhears Frodo say the name of Baggins must not be mentioned, right? That's a very good reason for Strider to pay very close attention, right? but not, I think, necessarily a reason for him to pop up and introduce himself. Oh, hey, guy guarding the blank spot in the wall. You see what I mean? I mean, he's cautious. He explains that he's cautious. And he's cautious because the enemy has laid traps for him before. Yeah. He does, again, follow them into town and watch them to try to make sure that they are, to both, I think, to protect them and to try to make sure that they are who they are. He does say also, remember, that he tried to get in to talk to them. What on earth is going on there? That was a terrible steering towards the door. He tried to move you towards the door and you just went in the opposite direction? Okay. Yeah, Druid's Fire, I could get behind that. Druid's Fire says, if you're someone the bad guys are hunting, and you hear potential unfriendlies acting shifty, and they're talking about being more subtle, it sounds like they might be bad guys trying not to be too obvious. It's possible. It's very possible. But in any case, he watches them closely, right? He watches them closely from hiding, but also tries to get in to talk with them, right? Think about this also. He also, I believe, would be thinking about it from their point of view. What does he tell us he actually does? What he does is follows them quietly back to the inn and tries to meet them as soon as they get there. He tries to get in to see them before they go to the common room, but Butterbur won't let him in, right? And if you think about that, that is that's prudent. That's very wise, actually. Think about what Strider would anticipate this would look like from the Hobbit's point of view. I mean, imagine if the four Hobbits, if Strider, who looks deliberately shady, remember that's his cover there in Breeland, he has this whole Strider persona, this shady Strider persona that he's deliberately built up. So he pops up in his Strider persona. This man, right, pops up out of the bushes by the side of the road and says, hey, are you Frodo Baggins? What are you going to do, right? Defend yourself with extreme prejudice, right? Seriously, that is terrifying to them. So what does he do? Well, he knows they're headed into town and go into the Prancing Pony. So he's going to follow them to the Prancing Pony, make sure that they're doing what they're saying they're going to do, right? See what more evidence he can get of them by watching them as they go in. And then once they're in a calm and safe environment where he can approach them in a way that's going to be obviously non-threatening, that's what he's going to do, right? So to me, likely about, that's the prime. I mean, even if any other argument doesn't work for you, that is certainly the most prudent way for him to approach them. Popping up out of the bushes and saying, boo, or rather saying, hi, I'm totally a friend. Really, you can absolutely trust me. That would be a really, really bad move. So I think it's very wise of Strider, to, even if he has no other reason, and he does have reason, and though he has more reason after the common room incident to be very dubious about what the heck is going on here. Yeah. That, I think, would be my primary answer of that. All right, Ingmar. Let's see. What do we do first? First, I was spying. That's what you sent me to do.
Have you with the Rohirrim?
Okay. It was wise thinking when I brought down mayhem. Yes, I brought down mayhem, but that wasn't the quest we're talking about. We're talking about spying, not the mayhem. The mayhem is separate, Ingmar, so let's stay focused. I did also sow mayhem.
Mission is dire.
That's right. Yeah, I burned tents. It was hilarious. They didn't even notice. It was pretty sweet. And I killed a bunch of their scouts. I thought you'd appreciate that.
Our mission is dire.
And the orders. These orders are in the common speech rather than the orc's fell tongue, which means their true leader is not of the orc kind. It also means, Ingmar, that you probably do not have a correspondence course in your future. Worse still, they tell of a traitor in our midst. I think that they're going to name that correspondence course after Candaith now. It's going to officially be the Candaith Memorial Black Speech Correspondence Course. I heard there was a movement and the board agreed to that. Okay, right, traitor. Yeah. Well, not in your midst, necessarily. Like, unless by you mean the Rohirrim as a whole.
Thank you for your help.
Am I prepared? Oh, yeah. I'm all kinds of prepared. Do we get to fight?
Will you aid the Rohirrim?
Okay. You're going to go against your father's will and you're going to lead your men. I kind of thought that might happen, Ingmar. Go to your wife and let her know your mind. Okay. Tell her that you love her. All right. You could totally do that yourself. I mean, like, it's fine, but I don't deny that I desire the glory that only a great victory in battle can bring, but in truth, I also do not wish to be parted from my wife. Okay, yes, but also you don't desire, Ingmar, follow along with me here. You don't desire to send your men out into danger without you. I think that, I don't know. I sometimes think that the leaders of the Rohirrim and Lotro are rather too chary about sending people out to risk death in battle. I mean, this comes up like wanting to protect Theoden and wanting to protect Éowyn, but like, Éomer is the heir after Theodred's death. Is there ever like a hint, a whiff of somebody who says like Éomer shouldn't ride and lead the attack because he's the heir and we can't risk his life? No, that's not how you do it. Not only is it not how, like, it was that sort of deeply countercultural for them to act that way, but that is, you cannot lead a cavalry charge from behind, right? Someone has to lead the men into the charge, and it is like the captain who does that. Like, that's what makes you a captain. Hi, Tola. Good to see you again.
An honorable victory.
No, look, seriously, Tola, I mean, okay, like, I kind of encouraged him, and you're probably going to be mad at me, but seriously, Tola, again, and I don't even think that his wife would object to this, right? You must return at once to Reeve Ingbert and let him know my husband's mind. No! I'm not going to rat him out. Why should I rat him out? I've got no quest option to not do this? Could we have read the orders? Oh, man. I didn't even think of that. Okay, the tooltip says these orders are written in Westron rather than black speech and implicate a traitor among the Rohirrim of Eaworth. Don't see it. Don't see it. Seems unlikely, honestly. I mean, okay. They're receiving orders. They're not receiving information. If they were receiving intelligence from Eaworth, like if these were not orders, but rather a report, you know, explaining in detail the strength of the guard of Eaworth or something like that, right? That would indicate a traitor in Eaworth. Why should we think necessarily, why should we leap to the conclusion that someone in Eaworth is commanding these orcs, right? Now that somebody who might give commands in Westron is commanding these orcs is no surprise, right? That these orders could come from someone in the Saruman or Worm Tongue tree, right? Like Sithric, essentially, like a henchman or lieutenant of Wormtongue, or even Wormtongue himself, could be sending orders to these orcs. That seems, nothing could be more likely than that. And I'm not saying it's impossible, obviously, that there could be someone within Eaworth who is serving as Wormtongue's mole. Nothing more likely. And so it's it's very much possible that the orders could be transmitted through him, but or her, I suppose. But I don't see that conclusion. I don't see the necessity for that conclusion. Hey, Ingbert. Oh, good, he's gone. I've come too late. Hooray! Look, I support Ingmar.
I need you to do this.
Ingmar has defied my commands and taken command of the assault, as is just and right. I have to say, sorry, Ingbert, you're wrong about this. See that he doesn't do anything rash. No, I can fight alongside him, though, and improve his odds. How about that? See, again, here it is. I wish I were joining you in battle, but I cannot. My duty is first to my people. Yes, which means your duty is to lead the assault. That is exactly your duty to your people, not to protect your own life. Honestly, Ingbert, what good is your life if you're not leading your people, right? I mean, it's better for you to die gloriously in battle. Your people will be better off if you die gloriously in battle than if you sit in the back and are a terrible leader. If you're a bad leader of your people in war, then you're a bad Reeve. I'm sorry, man. But, like, I'm glad we had this talk, because, seriously, you need some counsel about this. You need, like, a performance review, honestly, like, as Reeve. Like, we need to really refresh our thinking about what the job of Reeve is about, Ingbert. And can we talk about parenthood? Nah, never mind. I won't even touch that right now. Okay. I have my thanks for the assistance. Yes, because, like, I must instead do my duty of standing here and doing nothing. Let's do it. Let's go out to Ingmar, who's actually doing his job.
Against my wishes, my son
And you're right,
has
Madman
taken to the
Monor.
field
He's,
against the orcs of Maustazg. He thinks that the glory of victory would bring him, but not the grief it would bring to those who love him should he perish.
And yet much must be risked in war. Seriously. Making sure that nobody goes into danger at any point is a great way to guarantee that you lose a war when you're being invaded. Honestly. What a bunch of timorous beasties they are here in the Antwash Vale. Oh, oops. Hey, carry on. Look, you leveled up again. I think I'm gonna wait for another one so I can finish this patience rank here, and then I can get survivability. What does this do? There's a chance that the following skills will apply damage preventing bubble for a short time. Oh, okay. Are these some of these? Yeah. Yes, they are. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'd like that. Okay. These are just boosting my sort of basic stats. Yeah, sure. Okay, cool. That's fun. Okay, all right, but I'll wait till I get another one. All right, Ingmar. I'm glad you get it.
Our mission is dire.
Totally joining you. Wouldn't have missed it. Only hope Wolfrod and his army from Thornhope arrive in time. Until then, for Eaworth, honor and glory. Forth, Leotharnigas. Okay. Yeah. Forth. No, they're over that way. Oh. Oh, okay. And now we're doing the scatter drill. Great. Oh, come on. Would you seriously? You're doing no good. All right, Ingmar, you and I, we got him. Okay, there we go. What else is happening here? Someone else is shooting me. That's annoying. Okay. Lots of combat. So let me... All right, Ingmar and I seem to be targeting the same dude a lot. That's right, I'm with you, man. How many other bad guys? Where's the rest of your people and all the other bad guys? They've gone. We are a terrible cavalry force. Hello? Good guys and bad guys. Oh, there you are. You wild and crazy folks. Okay, I'm here to one-shot the rest of your enemies. Okay. Maybe I can do another I've got a couple lore questions saved up from earlier, which I might be able to do. All right, Ingmar. There we go. Who's next? Who's next? Not sure this is doing much good. This is kind of doing a little bit less good than burning tents, have to tell you. All right, Ingmar. We're riding around in circles, but we're riding around in circles gloriously. All right. Is anyone going to sally forth out of... Oh, we've broken their mounted defenses. Okay. Excellent. Oh, we're going to dismount now, Ingmar? Is that the plan? We're going to invade?
Will you aid the horse lords?
Yeah. Let us continue. Okay. Oh, they thoughtfully opened their gate for us. Okay. Hooray! Okay. I love it when they just randomly say Nazgul. Why do they do that? Never really understood that. Alright, we've got the captain here. Okay. Let's see if I can multitask to an intriguing extent here. How's Ingmar doing? Oh, he's fine. Ingmar's not in any danger. See, Tola, like I told you, he'd be fine. I can protect him. I'm really good at that sort of thing. Yeah. Come on over here. I'm in, like, mini guardian mode. Alright, let's see. Okay. Okay, so Juice Rock had asked a question, and this came in during exploring the Lord of the Rings. So Juice Rock was asking, is it not cheating that the half-elven get to choose to be among men or elves well after they live past the natural lifespan of man? 100% yes, it is against. It is cheating. Completely cheating. And I think I'm sure I've talked about this before. I mean, I know I've talked about this before, but I think it was even here during my Gryfflet stream that I talked about this. The choice of the half-elven was a one-time gig. You know, it was not... there has to be a logical limit to, like, how many generations later they can still keep making this choice, you know? It was a choice presented to Elrond and Elros. There's really no reason to think that the same choice is presented to each of their children, and then what? Each of their children, and then each of their children, on into perpetuity? It doesn't make any sense. There is, I think, seems to be almost something like a confusion, right? Because Arwen appears to make that choice, but she is not making that choice. She is not making the choice like between the same two alternatives that were given to Elrond and Elros. She is making the choice of Luthien, not the choice of Elrond. And that's important. That does, in fact, make a really big difference. She's doing something else. There's an entirely different project at work there. And an entirely different kind of destiny that she is embracing. There is, therefore, I maintain, no reason to think that Eladon and Elrohir have any choice in the matter. Now, I know that in some later writings, Tolkien suggested that they did, but I just think he's flat wrong here. I find that inexplicable and nonsensical, and I tell him that to his face. So I, like myself, just kind of disregard that whole thing because, again, it's inconsistent with the things that he said elsewhere, and inconsistent in a way that I really don't like. I'm okay with many inconsistencies. This one I strongly dislike. Is it cheating? Yes. I mean, again, it's and exactly how Juice Rock asks the question is a perfect illustration of like how and why this doesn't make a lick of sense, right? Because you can't exactly be, I mean, talk about having your cake and eating it too, right? I'm going to live for 3,000 years and then I'm going to be like, actually, you know what? Mortality. I think I want to be immortal. Because, you know, the full human experience, I've decided that's what I'm all about. So after I'm already thousands of years old, I'm going to choose to become immortal. Like, no, that doesn't work. And Phil, that is another really strong reason for thinking this. Oh, good. I get a quest ring, so I can pause to talk about this for a second before I talk to Hopalong, Hoy-Tal. Hoity. Right. Hoy-Tal? Hoy. Okay. All right. Anyway, yes, if Arwen is not already counted as an elf, then how on earth is she even making the choice of Luthien? If what she's making is the choice of Elrond essentially put in abeyance, right? Like that, like for some reason, the next generation can like put that on hold for several millennia until they live a happily elvish life and then decide that they can pull the trigger on becoming mortal. Then she's not making the choice of Luthien at all, right? If she's making the choice of Luthien, then she was an elf from the beginning. As you might already suspect by the fact that she's already a couple thousand years old at the time. So, it's just, so are her brothers also therefore all elves? Yes, they are, and they don't get to rescind their membership by the choice of Elrond and Elros. So, Juice Rock, you are completely correct. I agree with you 100%. All right, hoity-toity. I think I have one. No, I think I'm about to win. Even should you defeat me, your fate has been decided, worms. I have to read these fast, because they go fast. Your grandmother, the old battle axe, softened up your father for us. Oh, no! Goda! Lady Goda would never treat with the likes of you. You have proof of the old woman's cooperation. Her signet, proof that even you cannot deny. Yeah, kill him. What? Ingmar? Oh, honestly. Oh, you're not going to join in? All right, I'll just defeat your lackeys then. Okay, hang on. Don't move. Don't move. Let me just defeat the lackeys. And then I'll be back with you. Yeah. Okay. There we go. You hang tight there, Ingmar. At least you're writhing. That's a good sign. I like to see you writhe. I mean, as a sign of life, not as evidence of suffering. I have all due sympathy for your... There we go. No worries. You gonna be all right, Ingmar? What glory I may have earned has been overshadowed by grief. To know that Saruman the White has betrayed us is terrible enough, but to know that he used my grandmother as the tool is a deathly blow. Don't say deathly blow while you're writhing in mortal agony. You're just asking for an ironic expiration. I lift him and carry him away? For real? Dude. What is Gryfflet, like a carpenter ant or something? Dude outweighs me by a factor of like 5. Yeah. Okay. So I've got some bad news and some other worse news. Goda was a traitor? Maybe I'd have twigged to that a little bit sooner if I'd actually listened to her speech. Oh well.
Thank you for your help.
Hey, your son's lying abed. Well, there you go. No problem then. He's still alive. That's great. Nevertheless, victory belongs to the house of Leotharn, and my son has earned the glory he so desired. His wounds will mend, and he will be the stronger for it. Hey, excellent. Happy ending. But all is not well. From what Ingmar reports and what you have told me, there is indeed a traitor in our midst with whom I am loath to pursue justice. I know, right? Like executing your mom, not easy. Not easy. Let's see. Got some gloves here and a bracelet. That is a slight upgrade over one of my current bracelets. Okay. Look at Gryfflet halfway to level 83.
I need you to do this.
My mother has always been wise in her ways and her counsel. Why now has she turned to folly? To know that Saruman, ever a friend to Rohan, has fallen to evil is nearly more than I can bear, but that he should take with him good folk such as Goda, daughter of Athelmar? Nonetheless, I cannot allow this treason to go unnoticed. Gryfflet, I would ask you to take my mother into custody. The guards will escort her to the jail to await trial. I should have suspected that both the infirmary and the jail would come in handy later on. I did not expect that the Reeves, Horn's grandma would be the one thrown into the jail.
You have done well.
Really? That's your starting line, Goda? You have done well? So my son has not the courage to confront me himself. Yeah, no, he's gonna stand right there and talk about you in front of your face, but he doesn't have the courage to like turn 45 degrees to the right. Yeah. Know this, burglar, what I did for the good of the riding and of Rohan. Really? Explain. Theoden King has become feeble-minded, incapable of ruling the mark. Fair. Saruman is strong and wise. He seeks only to bring order to the lands. Yes. By having orcs slaughter everybody. That would bring a sort of order. I can get the getting behind order thing, but I don't know, Goda. Sounds kind of weak. Sounds kind of weak. Yeah, Phil, sometimes those random voiceover lines are richly amusing. Guards, take Lady Goda to the jail. Are we going to get a dramatic jailbreak? A prison confession?
Thank you for your help.
I do not doubt that her... Excuse me. I do not doubt that her intent was true, Gryfflet, but our allegiance is to Theoden, not Saruman. I cannot believe that there is any good in the deeds of the wizard, and that is a great sorrow. We must, however, persevere. For if our hearts fail us, darkness will consume Rohan. Hey, Ingbert, that is one of the wisest things that you've said. Now, that's a low bar. Not going to lie. But still, it shows signs of improvement. Now, let's talk about Horn and what a crappy father you're being to Horn. Can we go there?
I need your help.
Sorrow must wait until the danger has passed, Gryfflet. However, I wish to be certain of my son's health and well-being. Go to him at the infirmary and learn of his condition. If he is conscious, let Ingmar know that I am proud of him. He has earned great honor and glory among the people of Eaworth, for his assault on Mustache has brought a reprieve against the siege of the orcs. Great. All right. Okay, so on the one hand, Madman Malware, I totally get it that Saruman of the Silver Tongue could sweet talk an old lady like that. I get that. Sure. Yes. In person, yes. If we look upon Goda as under some kind of spell, either directly or even remotely, such as Wormtongue apparently can manage, right? Then it makes a little bit more sense that she has been blinded by the, oh, hi, Riemenhild, how are you? How are those blankets and things? Everything, supplies doing well? Hey, Ingmar, no one coming to visit you, right? The wife is staying at home because she's still mad at us?
What brings you to these lands?
The glory does not belong to me only, but to every man who rode against the orcs. See, now you're talking like a leader. Ingmar, you're doing it right. It belongs also to you, Gryfflet. Tola, my dear wife, was deceived by my grandmother and sought to keep me from harm. She should be made aware that my injury has brought Eaworth a reprieve from the orcs and that my grandmother acted in treason. Oh, I'm sure she will A, love to hear from me at all, and B, be delighted to receive this news at my hands, but... Okay. Okay, I should remember what I'm saying here in light of stuff that will be happening in the not far future. Okay. All right. I'll try to remember and be consistent and own my own perspective here. All right, Tola. Let's see, are you really the mastermind of the whole thing?
An honorable victory.
Ingmar sent you, then he is awakened and is coherent? You speak of Lady Goda's treachery and the glory and... Hang on, sorry, I keep forgetting to do this. Okay. You speak of Lady Goda's treachery and of the glory and honor Ingmar earned, securing the safety of Eaworth against the orcs. Alas, that I was so blinded by Goda's guile. Ooh, Goda's guile. That would have been a good quest title, wouldn't it? It must bring terrible grief to Ingmar and his father, but there should also be great joy, for my husband lives and Eaworth remains free. And he did the right thing, Tola. Return to the reef and let him know that my heart is at peace. Okay. Are you going to go visit your husband in the infirmary? He looked a little lonely. But it's all good. You can stay home. You're busy, I suppose. Okay. Talk to Ingbert again. Great. Okay. When are we going to broach the awkward subject of, you know, political marriages with Dunlendings? Just saying, there's an opportunity here, Ingbert. Okay. Okay. Hey, Funkadelica, I see that question. Let me, I'll try to get around to your question once I'm back out in the open here and not reading and not thinking about quest text.
Well.
It is good to hear that my son is doing well and that Tola is at peace. However, there is still a matter upon my heart that I would discuss with you. Okay. Can we? Are we going to have the conversation?
I need your help.
Gryfflet, I fear that we were not the only ones in the Antwash Vale threatened by the orcs. Well, tell me. Weeks ago, we sent word to Thornhope, our city in the northwest of the Vale, requesting aid against the siege. We have heard nothing from Thane Wolfrad. In light of my mother's betrayal, it may be that the messenger never made it to Thornhope, or worse, Thornhope may already be under siege itself. Would you ride to Thornhope and learn its circumstances? If they are in need of aid, I bid you give it, for you brought hope to Eaworth, now bring hope to Thornhope. Can do. Is there hope for Thornhope? Yeah, of course there's this I mean, of course I think about you know, they're finding worm tongues in other places, right? And that's clearly what we're getting here with Goda in Eaworth. All right. Hey, Goldwina, is yours a repeatable quest? Is that what I'm being offered over here?
Our success depends upon our strength.
It saddens us all to learn that Lady Goda was party to the betrayal of the Antwash Vale. Vale-minded it is. I don't know. I don't get it. Vale-minded? What is? I don't understand your pronouns, Goldwina. Be that as it may. Lady Goda wishes to speak with you. Let's let pronoun bygones be bygones, Goldwina. Be that as it may, Lady Goda wishes to speak with you, perhaps to state her case, though I fear Reevingbert is stung to the heart and will not relent. Okay, well, I didn't listen to her before, so I'd be happy to listen to her now. I mean, what, is she just trying to lure me in so that she can... What is she going to try to do? Like, convince me to let her out? hit me over the head, drag me through the bars, take my weapons and armor, and fight our way to freedom. Hi, Goda.
You have done well.
I'm not working for you, lady. Ah, you have come. Nay, I do not wish to atone for my so-called crimes, for I do not believe I've committed one. You, however, have committed a great atrocity against my people. You have caused my son and grandson to defy the laws of Theoden King. Dude, I thought you were anti-Theoden King, making them traitors to Rohan. And you have removed the favor of Grima, who holds counsel with greater powers than our king. You know not what you have done, for great wrath shall now be poured out against us. Now leave me to await our doom. Okay. Look, you're being a little inconsistent here, Goda. Why do the Rohirrim have a skull with a dagger through it on the door plate of their prison? That is hardcore. All right, I guess we're wanting to send a message to everybody who goes into jail. Wow. You know, I like tapestries in a jail. You know, that seems nice. Do the jailers live upstairs? Oh, yeah, it's the guard barracks. Nice. Okay. It's a nice little jail. I like it. So what's in there? What's in the bucket? Oh, horseshoes. Oh, nice. That's great. Yeah, skulls, fine tapestries. This jail has it all. Buckets of horseshoes just lying around. Man. Okay. All right. So that quest didn't seem to actually lead anywhere per se, but that's all right. It's all right. All right. I'm going to talk to... Oh, yeah. I'm leaving. I'm outie. Where am I going? Thornhope, up there. Fantastic. Wait, where, Phil? Where's the quest ring that you're seeing? I don't see it. Oh, him. Hey! Oh, they are gonna deign to speak to me. Guys, I've been waiting to talk to you. Burnoth, you've decided the time has come, huh? All right, what are we doing here?
Our success depends upon our strength. Will you aid us?
Hail and well met, friend Gryfflet. It appears our paths run along similar courses. I did not believe things had become so dire within the borders of the Rittermark, but I see from the orc encampment outside Eaworth that the situation here is worse than I imagined. I am sore distressed to bring word of the Kundalar to Reeve Ingbert, but if he does not join in the muster, I fear the Eastham net will fall. Will you accompany me to meet with him?
Oh, he's gonna love this. Okay.
We have arrived at Eaworth, capital of the Antwash Vale, bringing word of a vast Easterling horde invading from the north. But I fear that word has come too late, for orcs are encamped upon Eaworth's threshold. I only hope that we can convince Reeve Ingbert of the greater threat facing the whole of Rohan.
Okay, I wish I were under better circumstance. I'll try to keep up with the text. You say that you and your men are retainers of Lord Aemir, but what would bring you this far north?
My lord, Aemir sent us north to harry the orcs and distract them so that the riders of the Eastham net could muster the... However, we were away in the wold. We learned that a great horde of Easterlings come to our plan to invade from the north. We rode south at once to warn the Reeves, but we have encountered naught but resistance. Will you not send a contingent to Harwick to help bolster our defenses in the north? I fear Aldor Harding is resigned to defeat, though I dare say... Would that I captain, but you could. Seen threats upon my very shores to have orcs hold us in siege. We dare not reduce. What of Thornhope? Could they not help fortify? Okay. We sent word to Thornhope long ago, but we have heard nothing from Thane Wolfrot. I fear they were besieged. If we were not for the courage of my son Ingmar and friend Gryfflet, Eaworth would have already fallen. You say that the siege on all the lands is all that stands in your way? Then I have a plan. Gryfflet, would you attend me for a moment? Oh, great. We've got a plan. Oh, boy. Trying to read live text is just unreal.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
So, Gryfflet, you have struck at the heart of the orcs' encampment? Totally did. Slew their captain, burned their tents.
Perhaps between us we may break the siege, or at least weaken it enough to enable the Reeve Ingbert to send a company of men to Harwick. Hey, let's lay a trap for the orcs. Okay. Gryfflet and I believe that we may break the siege, or at very least weaken it. If we can do this, will you send a company to Harwick? If you can do what you say, then I. If the siege is weakened, I should be able to spare some men for a muster. It will be dangerous, for my trap will bring the orcs within the walls of Eaworth, those who shall not fight, which take shelter and stuff. I trust Gryfflet, and if Gryfflet shares that trust with you, then so shall I. Okay. Now, Ingbert, can we talk about Horn? If you're trusting me like this? As we proved the Easterlings no match for the riders of the mark, so shall we teach the orcs a lesson in fear. Okay. Let us return to your men and set our trap. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. Zalarod, I have not talked to Horn yet. I guess I should probably do that before I leave town. Burnoth, son of Baldeg. Let's go, boys! The situation here is far worse than I imagined. If we do not help the Reeves against these orcs, I fear Eaworth and the Antwash Vale will fall.
Our success depends
Oh
on
man,
our
I was
strength.
born prepared,
You aid us?
Burnoth. Hutha will ride out into the Vale and harry the orcs. Hopefully he can goad them into mounting an assault on Eaworth, drawing them to the ruined southern walls. One guy. Yeah, well, I mean, it's Hutha, though. When they attack, we will put up a token fight, but gradually withdraw into the city, where the greater part of our forces will fall upon them. They will be trapped in our onslaught. A very non-Rohirrim tactic. Let's bring them in where we can't use our horses. Okay. But I'm game. Let Hutha know his task and then rejoin me. Oh, I get to tell him, Hutha, time for a
Our mission is
grand
dire.
gesture. Okay. Havoc and I can do that easily enough. I love that his horse is named Havoc. That's fantastic. Because a single F in the middle of a word like that in Anglo-Saxon would be pronounced voiced as a V. So H-A-F-O-C. His horse is literally named Havoc. So he rides Havoc, right? He rides Havoc. He brings Havoc into battle. It's great. It's a wonderful name. I only wish I had thought of it for my own horse. My brothers, Harriman and Heka, would be proud to think. Right. I'll come again. My brothers, Harriman and Heka, would be proud, I think, to know all that I have accomplished on this journey. Their little brother Elfling has grown fangs. Elfling, I have always been called by those who disparaged me, but it is a name I will wear as a badge of respect, for in my hand my bow Bloodhorn sings as the bows of the elves. Ah well, I have a mission and must be on my way. Tell Bernhoth to have everything ready when I return. Okay. Yeah. Let's do it.
Our message comes to the Antwash Vale at an inopportune time.
Yeah, it
For
kind of
orcs
does.
have already besieged the city of Eaworth. The Riders' Four must now join with Reeve Ingbert and his allies to break the siege.
All right. Let's go. Let's call it the
We
Riders
aid the
5.
Lords.
Oh, sure. We can speak for a moment. Do you wish to know why it is that I believe we will have victory here? Yeah. Madness though it may seem to you, I believe it is because I refuse to die so far from home. We all have our reasons to live, and those things drive us to survive. For Hutha, it is the bond of brotherhood. Oh, dear. For Leofdog, it is redemption. For Ulf, it is vengeance. For Reeve Ingbert, it is honor in his people. What is my reason, you ask? Perhaps you have heard me call my horse by the ignoble name of Prancy? Brunmold is his right name, but Prancy is the name given him by my daughter Caelwyn. Not long after I came to Aldburg, I met a lady named Merowyn, the daughter of one of Lord Aemir's councillors. We fell in love and were wed. Merowyn bore us a daughter. Caelwyn is now 3.5 summers. I swear to you that I will not die in these lands parted from them. My life will end in Aldburg, beside my wife and daughter, be it in peacetime or in war. Now, you know all that is worth knowing about me. Ho there, my friends, is all in order? Oh, Ingbert is talking now. My men are prepared. One force awaits within the hall and another in the northern end of the city. They simply await your call. Indeed, I was just about to send Gryfflet here to check in with Ulf and Leofdog. Good. If we survive this, there will be a feast in your honor. Oy. Yeah, I just,
cannot possibly read aloud the text at anything like the pace at which they post it.
Our mission is dire.
That is one of my very small Lotro pet peeves. It's not a major complaint, and I don't want to whine about it, but I really could wish that the text came slower. Gryfflet, go down to the southern end of the village and speak with Ulf and Leofdog. Make certain they are ready, then go to the gate to watch for Hutha's return. Maybe I'll get a nice long biographical sketch from Ulf the Reaver, too. Alright, down we go. Pursuing the cunning plan of letting the enemy into the walls and then attacking them. I love this plan. They won't expect it, that's for sure. Hey there, Ulf. Boy, that's a breastplate that means business. Kind of makes you look like a steam engine.
Thank you for your help.
All is in readiness here, Gryfflet. Stay a moment, though. I once told you that I would not speak of my past.
Oh, okay. We are going to get a biographical sketch. It is rare indeed that I do so, and only with those I trust. You have earned my trust. Actually, I'm not going to do your voice that way. I'm going to lose mine. So let's see. You deserve to know a little at least of what drives me onward. I am Ulf the Reaver. I told you of the day Lord Eomer found me, but I did not tell you why I was hunting orcs near the Argonath. My birth name is Wigelm, son of Widera. My father was of the Rohirrim, my mother of the Dunlendings. Really shocking. By the time I was 17, I had married a girl named Atta. We had 3 sons, Wigbrit, Dermod, and Egric. Then 10 years ago, I lost everything. Thaneglad Sunu of Gapholt called a weapon take to cleanse the orcs of the Misty Mountains from the area. I joined the Thane's company of 120 men, and we drove the orcs back into their caves, only we learned too late that it had been a trap. The orcs ambushed us within their caverns, and only 20 of us returned alive, though many of us wished we had not. We returned to our homes to find them burnt to the ground and our families slain. My wife and sons lay before me dead in the midst of a dozen Dunlendings. I do not remember what happened next. I simply awoke later amid the severed heads of the Dunlendings, with a large gash upon my face. Wigelm died then, and Ulf the Reaver was born. Oh man, this is really sad, Ulf. I can only barely remember what my wife and sons looked like. All I know now is the desire to shed the blood of my enemies. The rest of my story you know already. Wow. Okay. All right, Ulf. I get it. So, oh man, so you are yourself descended from Dunlendings, and then the Dunlendings killed your family? Boy. So at first I was going to say that you should go with me to talk to Ingbert, but now I'm less sure that you should go with me to talk to Ingbert about the whole Horn and Nona situation.
Thank you for your help.
You should find Leofdog and learn the state of his company. I believe he is posted near the southern gate.
I'm glad we've had time for all these really deeply personal chats while we're waiting for the orcs to attack. All right, Leofdog.
Thank you for your help.
Ah, Gryfflet, you've come to check on our readiness? Indeed, all is prepared here. However, do you have a moment to speak with me? I was hoping you would say that. These guys are so much fun. Do you wish to know why I volunteered to ride with Bernoth? You know already of my great shame, and that is the gist of it. I have been spurned by nearly all of my friends and companions in arms, save those I ride with now, yet that matters not to me. My dear Fleda sees past my shame and even stands staunchly in my defence with her uncle. I need not prove my worth to her. My daughters, however, must bear the brunt of my shame. They are both of marrying age, but no man will have them because of me. Leofwen, the elder, declares that she cares not and remains ever faithful to her father, but I have seen great desire in her eyes when she looks upon the children in the village. My younger daughter, Wyneth, however, scorns me for her plight, and I must prove to her and to the men of Aldburg once more that I am worthy of honour, as in my youth. Do you see this scarf I wear? It was given to me by my Fleda, and is my most prized possession. I wear it now as a token of my oath to redeem my honour. I can truly say now that I am an open book to you.
Alright, Leifdog, I want to see your scarf. Hang on. Oh, that's adorable, Leifdog. Will it help to redeem your honor when, like, you return to your wife with, like, her hand-crocheted scarf spattered in the blood of your enemies? Because, like, the way it, like, hangs way down in front of your armor, I'd kind of tuck it in, honestly. If it were me, I'd tuck it in. Because, first of all, like, an orc could grab it and, like, it would probably not comfort your Fleda to know that, like, her scarf is what led directly to your death in combat. But again, moreover, think of how many times you're going to have to wash the orc blood out of that thing. But still, it's cute. I really like it. All right, Leifdog. Anyway, where were we?
Thank you for your help.
Oh, Hutha's approaching. Great. Let's hide. Where is he? Oh, here we go. Come, Havoc. The orcs are coming. All right, I'll ambush them from over here. No, they're supposed to come in. Drat you. Boom. Okay, that was pretty good. Didn't exactly one-shot them, but that's okay. I'll take out the wargs so that they won't spook your horses, so... Oh, wait, you're not using horses. That's right, because we lured them inside the gates. Alright, I'll get this guy out here. Boom! Okay. You know, 10,000 damage with that initial hit is very respectable. Okay. For some reason, when I looked up from looking down at my options here, I saw that pile of spears or shields, you know, and I totally mistook it for like a fellowship maneuver for a second, like, you know, a little fellowship maneuver thing. Okay. All right, Vale Archer. Now I'm hiding outside the wall because I understand better how this is working. Oh, an inferior stealth strike. That is too bad. Okay. Let's see. I wonder if I could get to Funkadelica's question. Next, retreat. Okay, no, retreat, dude. Somebody didn't... The archer over there didn't get the memo. Alright, guys. Here we go. Yeah, he didn't get the memo. He's dying. I'm going to help him. We really should do that. He's single-handedly holding back the entire horde here. I shall help you, Eaworth Archer, who does not have the sense that his mother gave him. Too late. Well... Okay, so could you say he died well? I mean, he didn't really obey orders. But I guess he and I stemmed that particular tide for a while. Alright. Okay, guys. What happens now? Okay, here they come. Sick 'em! I'll take out the archer. Yeah! Oh, that was flimsy, Gryfflet. Flimsy. Oh, sorry. There's another orc here. Sorry, I mistook you for one of the riders for there, Vale Uruk. Or perhaps it's not you to whom I should be apologizing. Alright, I'll hide up here in the bushes. Alright. Peeking through the bushes. Waiting till I can see orcs. Attack. He died bravely, if not wisely, Marielle. That's a good way of saying it. Okay. Yeah! I spring forth from hiding. Oh, sorry, I did a little too much springing there. Perhaps an insufficient quantity of stealthing. Alright.
All right. Retreat to the next defensive position. Okay. Let's go to the next defensive position. And let's just hope that the orcs take the right turning when they come in. Because if they take a left instead of a right, we're kind of hosed, guys. All right. Okay. All right. Here's all 4 of us and Ingbert. All right, I'm going to hide over here behind the wall. And let's hope the warg doesn't smell me. No. And that guy. Ha! Oh, my ambush worked. Take that. I shall lie in ambush again. Oops. Darn it, I just unstealthed myself. That was not cunningly done. Come on, come on, come on. Stealth, 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 quick. Before the next wave comes. Yes. Okay. I know the horses down at the stable should probably be evacuated, or at least, you know, armed. Okay, but unfortunately the orcs, like, are following the waypoints that we left for them. So that's good. All right. I stealthily leap out, and boom! Oh, yes! That was so satisfying. And it wasn't exactly a one-shot, because somebody else had already warmed him up for me. But this plan is working swimmingly. Yes, Manuli, that is a new cosmetic set I'm wearing. They just gave that to the VIPs recently, I think, and it is lovely. It's like an elite Rohan armor. It's pretty cool. Loving it. Oh, here they come. Anyway, so sorry, Funkadelica asks, at the end of the Lord of the Rings, Frodo basically tells Sam he'll become mayor, his future marriage, and what his children's names will be. Is that foresight on Frodo's part, or just a very lucky guess? Well, the children's names thing, like, you gotta know that, like, after Frodo says what his children are going to be named, Sam is totally naming his children that, right? You know, that seems like a self-fulfilling prophecy, to be perfectly honest. But no, I do think it's pretty clear that Frodo is, in fact, performing real... Hey, Layoff Dog, what are you doing? Kneeling down and throwing dirt in the air or something? Yeah, that's, not... Okay, all right, off we go. Next defensive position. Yeah, so Frodo, where are we going? What is the next defensive position? Up here. Fall back. Okay. All right, I'm going to hide. All right. Oh, and we've got the archers. I'm going to hide over here behind the tent. Just kind of out of the way, behind this tree. Again, we'll hope they don't go the straight way instead of the roundabout way. Uh-huh. Here they come. And let's wait for the crowd to mostly pass. Whoa, dude, I didn't even get to jump out of hiding. You guys totally housed those guys. That was completely boss. Holy cow. Oh, man. You know, Ingbert, we should have brought along more soldiers to help us from the beginning. Okay. You and Bernoth's riders have done my people a great service. We will consider the captain's warnings. That was cool. Okay. All right. Anyway, Manula, yeah, check it out. Look at that, huh? How sweet is that? I love the helmet. Love the belt buckle. The, like, stripes on the boots are kind of interesting. It almost makes it look like the boots have, like, you know, separate toes, which is a fun look. I don't know why they gave it out manually. Other people will be able to explain that sort of thing better than I. I think it was sent to VIPs, but I don't really know. Riders of Rohan just came out on the legendary servers on Wednesday. That's why. See, Druid's Fire, I knew you would know. All right.
Will you aid the horse lords?
Well done, Gryfflet. The orcs never suspected the trap, and a good many of them shall no longer threaten the walls of Eaworth. It is time for my men and I to ride on to Snowbourne. So I shall say, fare thee well. Speak with Reeve Ingbert and remind him of his promise.
Okay. Oh, wait, right. Quest item. Let's see. Oh, yeah. I'm liking this weapon, except it doesn't give me a morale boost like my current mace does. What does tactical mastery do? I don't even know. Totally ignorant about that. Let me try this one. Let's see. Ta-da. Let's see. Yeah, slight boost. I kind of like the morale boost. I value that. Okay. Very good. And then I think I can replace, while I'm here, this bracelet. Oh, that was a net loss. Okay. The new one gives me more agility, slightly, and less vitality. Yeah. Otherwise, it's pretty close. And I kind of value the vitality more, to be totally honest with you. Okay. Alright. Tactical mastery makes it harder for opponents to evade your tactical attacks. Oh. So for burglars, that's good. Right? Okay. What does physical mastery do again? Tactical offense rating determines how much damage your tactical attacks deal. So like my, attacks from stealth and stuff would be boosted by by my tactical mastery. Okay. Yeah, I have to admit there's much of these stats in Lotro that I've just really never understood. No, I want physical. Do I? Okay. Okay. But anyway, thank you, Burnout. That was fun. You guys were much more funny. I mean, you were funnier in Cliving. Don't get me wrong. You guys were hysterical in Cliving. But that was fun. And I'm out of time and leaving town. Let me just talk to Horn quickly. Stable Master, you did a good job of single-handedly protecting all these horses from the orc hordes that just ran right past them. So thanks for that. Yeah, probably I should. Let me just pursue the next step of the... Because I think I'm getting to the point where the epic is going to point me out of town as well, so... Let's see. Hey there, Sidgard. You seen Horn or Nona?
I've not seen the Dunlending, but Horn has gone out to the cliffs.
He seemed upset about something? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, wait. I'm not even... I've lost it. Let's see. Where's my... Epic Volume 3... Okay. Find Horn or Nona somewhere in or around Eaworth, right? Mm-hmm. Great. So where were we headed now? Oh, right nearby. All right. Okay, here is Horn. Looking moodily across the river. Don't jump, Horn! Ooh, we're in the Westamnet. Nice. Torsbury and Stoke. Cool.
She is gone. She is really gone.
Horn holds Nonna's sword in his hands and seems to see nothing but the lonely weapon. I found it here on the stones, Gryfflet, but why would she leave it? You peer out over the edge to the rushing river that has cruelly claimed so many maidens before their times, oh dear, and Horn follows your gaze with his eyes. Oh no, she didn't throw herself in the river! No, Gryfflet, she did not jump into the Antwash. I do not believe it. She left us for some reason, and she left this sword here so I would find it. But why leave us? Why leave me? I will take her brother's sword, and I will keep it for her until she returns. She will return, Gryfflet. I will not wield Wadu's blade, but I will hold on to it for Nonna. Tell Corydon that Nonna has left us, but that she will return. Her path simply does not follow ours for the moment. Okay. Sorry, man. This is getting awkward. Where's Corydon? Oh, he's back in town. Okay. Alright, I'll talk to Corydon, and then I think that should be it for the epic quest line until we move up to the next bit. Somebody should really bury this horse. Come on, guys. Just leave the horse in the field. Yeah, I'll do Thornhope next time, but I suspect, right, that the next epic vector quest is going to send me up towards the burning, right? Aemir's burning. So it's going to head me up towards Thornhope anyway, is my point. So I'm just going to... There we go. Hey, Corydon. Oh, man. What do you... I feel like you and I are the chaperones here, right? We have to have a grown-up talk about what the kids are up to.
I think Nonna will return in time, but I do not know when.
That is what I thought, Gryfflet. Nonna is indeed fine, and will return to us when she has resolved a few things in her mind. I know now why she has left, and why she did not bring her brother's sword with her. For love. You have seen the way the people of Rohan look at her, with fear and with distrust. She is not one of them. Despite Horn's banishment to Stanguard, he is still much more of Rohan than she will ever be. She too has seen the damage love can do. What would learning of Prince Theodred's death do to Ingif, his betrothed? Nonna grew too fond of Horn and over too quick a time to lose him to battle and death. Perhaps she left to shield herself from growing even more attached to him. Perhaps she simply needs time to resolve her feelings. I think she will return, Gryfflet, but I do not know when. We must be kind to Horn in the meantime. He will feel this loss sharply, I think. I think that is also very likely. And we're going to celebrate this little heart-to-heart talk we've had by your giving me a pair of pants.
Horn will need to master his grief if we are to continue. We cannot allow this distraction to steer us away from our true purpose. Nonna will return. I am certain of it.
Me too. I think we've not seen the last of
Aylmer
her.
has returned from his ride north.
Oh. Where? Where is he? Is he in the mead hall?
Aylmer has returned from his ride north.
He is outside the mead hall. I didn't see him. Was he stealthed? Can Eomer stealth himself? That is so cool. Oh, there he is! Dun da da da. Eomer. Looking good. Love the braids. You are rocking those braids, Eomer. That is a butch set of braids you've got there, my friend. Oh, and wrapped around your head like that, too? They come down in the back? Oh, yeah. Oh, man. I look at Eomer, and you know what I think? I see these, like, Pippi Longstocking braids going down. Well, actually, the Pippi Longstocking braids would be straight out, right? You know what I think? I think secure in my masculinity. That's what I think. Okay. All right.
Oh, interesting. You've got boars on your little skirts there. And your armor. Interesting. Yeah, Mariel, Amir was like 40 or something. He is quite old. And as Chris Pearson has said, I mean, he and I have had this conversation before, there is no excuse for Amir and Theodred not to be already married. They should already have both been married and have, like, produced multiple heirs by now. How either one of them was not married? Theodred was like 45 or something. Ridiculous. Ridiculous that the heir of the king would be unmarried by that time. Anyway, okay. Cool. Well, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna pull back. Right, 34ish. Yeah, he is old. I mean, he's not like, in his early 20s or something like that. Amir is mature. Theodred was closer to was like 40, right? Pretty sure. Anyway, all right. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait to talk to Amir until next time because I'm out of time. So unfortunately, next time is not going to be for some time. And okay, Funkadelica, I feel like I didn't really I kind of started your question and then got totally distracted by the quite unexpected efficiency of the Riders 4 and their support. So we're gonna I'll come back to that, Funkadelica, because we should talk about foresight. I did say I'm pretty sure that we are supposed to understand that Frodo is speaking with foresight there. He's prophesying, in fact. But we should talk about foresight because that is precedented, though we've never seen it in a Hobbit before. But anyway, okay. So let's go on. Next time, as I said at the very beginning, I'm doing a lot of traveling in the next 4 to 6 weeks. So I will not be able to be here for my next 2 sessions, the next 2 Fridays. Sadly, I won't be able to be here until the first Friday of March will be my next Gryfflet stream. And then I'll miss the one after that too. So only one Gryfflet adventure in the next 4 weeks, sadly. But then after that, I should be able to be around for a few weeks in a row, I think. So that's a good thing. Anyway, for those of you who are in Southern California, there's still time to join me. We're going to be in LA. We're going to meet at the Netflix headquarters, and we're going to talk about adaptation. And we're going to do some, we're going to have some really, really fun discussion. We're going to do some adaptation work of our own there at SoCal Moot. It's going to be cool. So, and also Alan Sisto of the Prancing Pony podcast is going to be there too and helping us out. So you can come and hang out with us in LA. Just go to signumuniversity.org/events, and you can see the event page for SoCal Moot and also for Sunshine Moot coming up, and then for Magnolia Moot after that in North Carolina, in Charlotte, North Carolina. Yes, and it's also I am planning to be at PAX East. I won't be able to make it, unfortunately. I'm not going to make it back from California in time to go to the official Lotro meetup. Sadly, I'm going to miss that this year. But I will be at PAX East later in the weekend, so maybe we can do a sort of another meetup for folks who are going to be at PAX East that weekend. All right, thank you everybody, and I will see you guys in 3 weeks, if not before. Bye now. Thanks for joining in on my rambles around Standing Stone's brilliant digital adaptation of Tolkien's world. If you enjoy these adventures, please consider supporting this and other entertaining educational programming by donating at signumuniversity.org/fund.